Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Employee Baltimore Show. I'm your host, Marvin McKinstry Jr. from the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, of course, in the famed and acclaimed Employer Services Division, where we are making the magic happen. Fresh off of our Raising the Bar 2023 conference. This is actually my badge from last year, but it was right there, so I could pull it up. Raising the Bar conference, where we spent 3 days from Monday to Wednesday, literally mingling, mixing, and getting it in, preparing ourselves for what's going to be another great year until next conference of workforce development in Baltimore. And the Mayor's Office of Employment Development Employer Services Division did our first presentation on yesterday. We did it in the morning, and it was such a hit. We were asked to do it again in the second half of the day, which was unheard of. We asked to do an encore. We asked to do an encore in the encore room, by the way, all out at Maryland Live, raising the bar, eliminating barriers. Governor Westmore was in the building. He said, we are about to eliminate the bar and, no bar. Let's just get everybody to the level that their best level or greatest level can be. So, y'all, I'm really excited about that because those of us who serve have got to have those spaces that we can go into and sharpen our tools. I feel refreshed. I feel invigorated, more informed. We know we got this blueprint that our agency is a huge part of. I was there on Monday to hear a lot about that integration process that's going to take place where you bring in vocation back into our school system as a focus. We also talked a lot about apprenticeships. We have an apprenticeship program. Our program manager for apprenticeships is the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Ms. Berlin Best. Her and her team have been doing great work for quite some time now. But y'all, we went down and got some best practices and a whole bunch of things that's going to make us better. So y'all make sure you stay tuned so we can get you connected. And just like that, y'all, it is football season again. Baltimore is painting the town purple. We just played the Houston Texans, who has a rookie quarterback, and they're in a rebuilding process. So we did what we were supposed to do. We beat them 25-9. Three key injuries, y'all. Three key injuries. J.K. Dobbins, the young man has the potential to be a perennial Pro Bowler, and yet he can't stay healthy. He's gone again for the season with a torn Achilles. We got Ronnie Stanley, who's out. Our safety, Marquise Williams, is going to be out for a few weeks, and Tyler Linderbaum, our center, who has really been an unsung hero. You don't hear a lot about the center, but if the ball ain't snapped, we can't make the play. He's going to be out, so we're praying for all of their healing and recovery and all the time that it takes to be fully healed. We do not get insensitive about our need to be entertained by what they do and put that ahead of what's actually happening. So this week, we're traveling to Cincinnati. Make sure that you are there to cheer our team on, because this is a division game. And y'all know whenever we play our division rivals, it's a tough game. Cincinnati got dog walked by the Browns last week. We're going to try to come in and do the same thing. So that's it. We back in Purple City, but guess what? The Baltimore Orioles are still in first place with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays coming into town tonight, and everybody thinks that this game is going to be pivotal. It can literally decide what's going to be the outcome of the American League East. Listen, even if we split 50-50 with them in this 4-game set, we still in first place, but we want to sweep them. They got a pretty good team. They're doing big things. Y'all, we doing bigger things. They're who we overtook to get in the first place. So y'all, let's make sure we cheering on our team. Let's make sure if you're a baseball watcher, we checking in. Y'all, it's going to be live downtown tonight at not M&T Bank, at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Our now hiring job board, the place where you get up to the minute information about jobs. Y'all do what I'm doing. I'm sharing this broadcast right now. Make sure you go on and share this broadcast. Even tag people in the comments that you think should come on, because there's going to be some good, valuable information today. All right. Our now hiring job board, up to the minute information. And the thing that's unique about this from a lot of other places where you can go and get online hiring information or employment information, there is a person that's specific to servicing you and your interest in the opportunity that's on the other side of each one of these jobs. One of our incredible business service representatives who are doing a great job to make sure that we're continuing to connect Baltimore City residents with opportunities. So go to www moed.baltimorecity.gov/job board. That's www.moed.baltimorecity.gov/job board to get up to the minute opportunities and information about what's to come in Baltimore workforce. The veteran and military, I have had a great time helping be one of the thought partners in this process of building this. Our veterans, a lot of times they go to war and come back, and a lot of times they're the unsung heroes. We don't have resources and things of that. One of our guests today is a part of this process. The New Vision House of Hope is going to be has partnered with the Mayor's Office of Employment Development and the American Job Centers to put together this veteran and military career and resource fair. Y'all, listen, we have got to support those that defend us. It's going to be at our favorite spot, the War Memorial Building, 101 North Gate Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21202. 50 plus local employers offering on site interviews and jobs. We do not have job fairs, we have hiring events. If you're not hiring, you're normally not permitted to come. So get there, bring your resume, come dressed to impress. If you are a veteran, come on in the building. You're going to hear more about it during the show. That's why I'm being brief. And make sure that you get connected to your opportunity. And thank you for your service, all of our military veterans. All right, you may qualify for up to 40 Lyft rides. One of my favorite coworkers and team members, Miss Nikki Reed. She's amazing and she does an outstanding job with this project. If you've gotten a new job, you live in Baltimore City and your job is in Baltimore City, you could qualify for 40 free Lyft rides to help get you over the hump. We know that transportation can be a major barrier when you get a new job, but getting you from the start of the job up until the time when you got your first paycheck, one of my favorite success stories is a young man who saved up his first two paychecks and went and found a car. He was a returning citizen, just out of incarceration, got the job, saved his two first paychecks using the Let's Ride to Work program, and wind up being able to buy a car at the end of that process so that he didn't have the transportation barriers long time. So that is amazing. We continue to do that work. Register for free Lyft rides at bit.ly/Baltimore or Be More Rides. All right, today's show is featuring two amazing programs that's doing great work. The New Vision House of Hope, Leaders and Breeders. Y'all, these are two dynamic, awesome, amazing Black women who are doing great work for the city of Baltimore. And without further ado, I want to bring on our very first guest, Miss Sharon Walker of New Vision House of Hope. I had the opportunity to be a thought partner with her on this upcoming Veterans Job Fair. And y'all, I'm telling you, she's been sitting back there acting like she's nervous. But when you get Miss Walker going, she's going to be able to tell you about all the great things that are happening at New Vision House of Hope. Miss Walker, welcome to the Employee Baltimore Show.
Thank you. Thank you. I know it's funny to be on this end. I'm always in the trenches, and I just want to say thank you to all of y'all for just helping us make this event. Hopefully, and we know I'm not even gonna say hopefully successful because it's gonna be successful.
Yes.
We've been out there in the trenches with our boots on the ground. So if family, friends, anybody, if you know a veteran, and it's not only open to veterans, but we also going to open it to people in the community. So if you have family, friends, or anybody that's seeking and looking for employment, please tell them about this event. And I just want to say, I've worked with y'all in the past. Darrell is an awesome person. He's always supported me, you as well, Marvin. So I want to just extend my thanks to y'all.
Well, Ms. Walker, we see that you're the workforce development specialist at New Vision House of Hope. Please give us a little bit more insight into you, because you've been doing great work in Baltimore for quite some time. And tell us a little bit about your role at New Vision House of Hope.
So my role here is for being the workforce development person. I provide job readiness trainings, and I have a pool of resources that we have connected with all different partners for apprenticeship programs, yes, apprenticeship programs, but in-house, I do the readiness trainings for our veterans. Um, and on Fridays from 10 to like 12, we have a job readiness job club here. So if you know any veterans that needing assistance with resume prepping, um, yeah, just send them here. And I'm located right here. My office is 33 South Gay Street. So
How long has New Vision House of Hope been around?
they've been around for I know over 10 years. So not only so this the program that I'm under is a grant. It's called the Homeless Veteran Reintegration Program. So this grant is to service veterans who are seeking job training, job placement, um, and like I say, all job readiness trainings that they need. Send them here. We provide that. So in order for them to be eligible for this under this grant, they only needed to serve 1 day in military, active
Wow.
military, just 1 day.
Does
Um,
discharge matter?
say
Does
that
the type
again.
does the type of discharge they had matter in whether or not they receive
So on
services?
their DD 214, they would have to either be uh, general discharge or honorable discharge. But I tell veterans, don't be discouraged if it's anything other than those two requirements, because we have the veterans legal aid can upgrade certain situations. They can upgrade their status from, like, if it was a dishonorable discharge. So
And that's a
yeah.
service that you guys offer or able to connect them to.
Yes,
That's
yes.
awesome.
And so yeah, we also help them. We have a SSVF program, which is a supportive services for veterans, family, not only just the veteran, but their family as well. We would assist them with housing. So that's another part of the program that we have under this grant that we're in. So these are like different umbrellas that New Vision House of Hope, all of the different service that we have under the umbrella of New Vision House of Hope.
Yeah, we know that
Um,
services need to wrap around and touch everybody, including the family. I want to shift gears just a little bit and
mhm,
begin to talk about the upcoming event. You work with myself and Darrell Falls and some of our state partners to get this thing together. You were really a driving force in making this happen, and we're bringing 50 over 50 employers to be there to service our veterans, but also to service people of the city of Baltimore. Talk to us a little bit about your passion and your heart behind this particular event.
well, because the veterans, they have felt the service for many many years, so I have that motherly instinct, when I approach a veteran, because you have to get them back to trust in the system, because they feel like, they came home, no one really cared, for them, so I tried my best to just get them, try to really take advantage of, let that go. Take advantage of the services that you are eligible for out here. So yeah, that's what I do.
All right, so it's going down, y'all. Can we get the flyer back up so that the people can see it, Madam Producer? Y'all know my amazing producer, Miss Catania Lester. We want to just go ahead and let you know that even though it says Veterans Job Fair, it is open to the public. We're going to have 50 employers in the building, y'all. So we want y'all to come on down, even if you're not a veteran. But this is our opportunity to focus on those who have put their lives on the line. So next Thursday, September 21st, y'all either gonna see us live from there or you're gonna see a rerun. I'm gonna just keep it a stack with you because I'm gonna be
Right.
in the building. The Veterans and Military Community Resource and Hiring Event. Thursday, September the 21st, 2023, at the War Memorial Building, Make sure that you arrive on time and be interview ready because
And
we're going to be bringing people, businesses there that want to hire on the spot. You see, to register and to attend the event, there's a link, forms.office.com. Click on that link and you'll be able to register because the first thing we're going to ask you coming in the door, did you register for the event? All right,
exactly.
there's a QR code that you can use your phone to scan. If you need further information, you can email swalker at newvisionhouseofhope.com or darrell.falls at baltimorecity.gov. Miss Walker, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm sure that it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Did I miss
Yeah.
that?
Oh no, you did it. You got it.
Yeah,
But
okay.
can I just say one thing that
Yes, ma'am.
if anyone, because not only if they need like interview attire, I have referrals for a sharp dressed man that will help the guys, get interview ready, with their attire. For the women, if they need interview attire, I'm connected with Suited to Succeed. So come down, get a referral from me. And
Please, please, y'all. The job fair is on Thursday. You have tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to go see Miss Walker at New Vision House of Hope down on South Gay Street, to make sure that you can get interview ready and prepared, y'all. We want to help you, but do what you got to do to help yourself. Miss Sharon Walker, thank you so much for the great work that you're doing with our veterans. A lot of times they are the unsung hero, but we working to not just have an event, y'all. This change that we're trying to bring about is something where we're connecting the ecosystem that serves our veterans who have so greatly served our country and still serves our community. So this isn't just a one-off. You ain't gonna just see one event. This is going to be our opportunity to connect the dots on services. So it won't just be one part. It's about collaboration. Miss Walker, I so appreciate you and the great work that's happening at New Vision House of Hope. We want you again to connect with. Can we get her email address up one more time? Miss Lester. I just don't want to say it wrong. I think I know what it is, but I don't want to say it wrong.
but it is S Walker at
S
New Vision
Walker
House of Hope.
at
Dot com.
newvisionhouseofhope.com. Thank you so much. We look forward to
Thank
talking to you again,
you.
and I look forward to our continued work leading to the success of our veterans. Thank you so much.
And I'll see you Thursday.
You sure will. All right, y'all. That was our first segment. We're going to get right to our second segment because I'm excited to talk to this awesome, awesome, awesome young lady. Man, listen, she is a Morgan State University Basketball Hall of Famer. Let me say that again. Morgan State University Basketball Hall of Famer. Now I'm excited because my daughter just went through convocation over there this morning. She's official now. She was sitting on the choir singing so good because that's what she loves to do. But y'all, we're here to talk about the great program Leader Breeders, and we're gonna have that conversation. I'm gonna say it one more time with Morgan State University Basketball Hall of Famer Coach Tiny Adams. Coach Tiny, thank you for being with us today.
Problem, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Now, Coach Tiny, you just was sitting there. You didn't switched up on me already. You was sitting there with this little tiny dog in your
Yeah,
hand. I ain't
let's go to sleep. So she's sleeping now, so we good. I don't have
all
no
right.
action.
Yeah, because them little ones always the ones make she make a bunch of noise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
I
God,
only
they just
had
got her.
days, so I ain't even really been able to train her, but she sleep now, so we good.
Well, let me first of all start off by saying it's an honor. It's always an honor for me to interview my guests, but it's an honor for me to connect with you. I'm familiar with some of the great work that you've done, being a Hall of Fame, Morgan State University. I'm a homer. Anything Baltimore, I love it. I got so many orange and blue sneakers in there, and I let people know it ain't got nothing to do with no New York Knicks. It's because Morgan is a Baltimore brand. So
That's
thank you so
so.
much for being with us. Tell us a little bit more about Corinne Tiny Adams, Coach Corinne Tiny Adams and Leader Breeders.
It's funny you mentioned the Knicks because I'm actually from Brooklyn, New York. But
We got so many imports. We're Berlin at. Is she watching the
I
show?
I've grown to love Baltimore. It's actually somewhere I consider my second home. So I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. Morgan in 2006. Graduated in 2010, and then I went on to play professionally overseas until about 2017. When I retired, I didn't necessarily want to go back to New York. So I decided to come back to Baltimore, and I actually was able to obtain a position at Morgan as an academic mentor. So it allowed me to mentor the student athletes, but also pursue my graduate degree. So I'm a two-time Morgan graduate. Got my bachelor's in phys ed and my master's in journalism. And
Wow.
during the pandemic, just because of my interaction with Baltimore's youth and everything I have been doing, I created Leader Breeders because I just really wanted to do more. I always felt like, Baltimore has a lot of untapped potential and just talent here that, they just haven't really been exposed to the experiences. So with me forming Leader Breeders, we're trying to, as the title says, we're trying to breed the next generation of leaders to come out of Baltimore and just kind of change the world. So that's kind of the basis behind the nonprofit and everything I've done. But, I know early in the game, it was just like, I knew I had a passion for basketball, but when I got to Morgan, I was introduced to a mentor program, summer camp, and that kind of gave me my introduction to working with the youth. And I've been passionate about serving ever since.
That's awesome because I think a lot of the change that we hope to see has got to be about engaging our youth. And we don't really talk negativity, but I do want from somebody who has set their focus on youth. When you see the level of violence and how this year, the turn, even though we're seeing a decrease in violence, we've seen it kind of take a turn to our young people. How has that fueled your passion to do some of the things that you're doing?
Well, like I said, I spoke about exposure. So, if that's all they see, then more than likely it's going to be what they become. So, what we're trying to do is expose them to different avenues of things and interests to figure out, all right, what can I be passionate about? Okay, how can I monetize that? What would a career path look like for whatever it is? So, I play basketball. Everybody's not going to be fortunate enough to play professionally, but there are other avenues you can go within the field of basketball. But there are also a lot of other things you can do, from the arts to just being creative, graphic design. It doesn't always have to be sports, but if they haven't came in contact with anyone who's done these things, then they really don't know what's out there. So I think a lot of the negativity, is what's highlighted right now. So if we can, you kind of put them in position to be exposed to different industries and different people and different models of success, then I think that can kind of change the outcomes that we're seeing currently.
That's awesome. And listen, I'm a product of that. There were times when I had to get out of Baltimore in order to see that there was more to life that's so important. Tell us about some of the things that you have coming up concerning the work that you're doing. Any conferences, any opportunities to connect with the great work that you're doing. Tell us about that.
So next week we'll be starting our two after school programs. So we'll have one at Rita Church Community Center, and then we'll have another one at Hazelwood Elementary Middle. And the focus of those two programs are wellness, life skills, and basketball. Also, we're working on adding an additional day to the Rita Community Center where we'll have dance, STEM, and tutoring. So those are the most, I guess, those are the soonest events we have coming on. At Rita Church, which is kind of our home base, we're also offering free clinics. So we did one last week. We had about 16 kids come out. Parents came and watched, and we just basically taught them the fundamentals of the game for 2 hours. So right now we're doing those every other Saturday. So the next one will be September 23rd. And a lot of the things we do, if not all of it, is free. So for us, right now we're 3 years in, so we're kind of hitting that stride of where we can actually measure our impact, and then that would allow us to start to solicit for funding, solicit for grants, and just really get the support we need to continue to offer our services for free. So, aside from that, with Leader Breeders, me being the founder, I also have a couple of other entities. And, what the flyer is showing is I'm basically trying to get all of the female basketball players in the DMV area in one room and just have a roundtable talk. And, we're doing it October 14th. And the goal is to just allow them to voice what their challenges are, some of the things they've been struggling with, ask questions, because I will have myself other college players, other former professional players, people who played college basketball and went into other fields. Just really give them an opportunity to kind of pick our brains and just learn from the mistakes we made. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then we're also trying to establish a mentor program through Leader Breeders where we'll have college students, preferably from Morgan, mentoring high school and junior high school students. But we're also going to add an alumni layer to that to get the college students some mentors because, a lot of the things that I've learned through mistakes. So if I had somebody to kind of tell me, give me a guideline or give me the cheat codes, I probably would have been able to achieve a lot of those things sooner. So that's kind of what we have coming up to kind of finish out the year 2023. And then next year, we're going to be introducing baseball, cheerleading, and volleyball.
This is awesome. And let me tell you why I say it's awesome because you got all of the elements in there. It's one thing to just say we working with our youth, but the collaboration effort, man, you see so many people, they develop or establish something, and that mind frame that we got to compete for funding means I got to be over here working in my silo. You calling everybody to come to the table. Let's
That,
build something that's bigger than Tiny Adams. Let's
mhm.
build something that's bigger than Leader Breeders because it's really about the people that you're trying to serve. I'm so excited to hear that mentality because I think that is an emerging thought process in this generation of leaders that people are like, man, I ain't got time for celebrity or trying to be a celebrity. I want to make sure I'm able to use my sphere of influence to make somebody better, which is perfect segue to this amazing book that I'm going to sow into, Tiny Setbacks, Major Comebacks from Brooklyn to Europe. Tell us a little bit about your book.
So there was a standpoint where I was early in my professional career, and as I said, I learned everything through mistakes. So a lot of times I would try to educate the graduating seniors and the rookies coming into the professional world, like this is what to look out for. This is how you're supposed to do this. This is how you pick an agent. This is what happened when you go abroad, and I didn't take heed to it at the moment, but a lot of those young women were like, dang, Tiny, you need to write a book. So, once I was overseas, contrary to belief, we're pretty free. Like after we practice and do whatever we have to do with the community and the team, we have like 20 hours free to ourselves. So I started to write the book, and basically the point of it was to get my voice out there, because yes, I was talking to people I knew, but getting this information out to the people I didn't know, that kind of was my motivation behind it. So it basically outlines most of the mistakes I made. I kind of ended it abruptly because I wanted to segue into a part two. So it goes from my younger years playing all the way up until about 2015, and it just basically serves as not only a student athlete handbook but just motivation and just trying to help everyone with a dream understand that you can persevere through anything. So the book just details all of the things I've been through, how I came back, the lessons learned, and like I said, the motivation was just to try to help others avoid making the same mistakes I made and just kind of get to the success a little bit quicker than I did.
So awesome. Can we get the flyer back up? I want to one more time be able to let people know about the great work that's happening and after school program. Coach Tiny, thank you so much for the great work that you're doing in and through the city of Baltimore. I think you made the right choice because Baltimore is truly and always will be better than Brooklyn.
I don't
You didn't see that coming.
I
So
don't know
listen,
about all that,
my
but
best friend, my
it
best
is less
friend
expensive. I tell you that much.
my best friend is from New York, right?
Okay,
And one of my new favorite people on our team, Berlin, she's from New York. So I always have to I gotta pick a little bit, you know what I mean? But
so
I tell you what we are. We are in Baltimore, blessed to have you here. And the great work that you're doing here in Baltimore. You see it right there, the roundtable talk. We call it all female collegiate hoopers in the DMV area to come to this roundtable to talk about how you can make this thing larger than life. And I want to go back to the after school program that's happening at Rita Church, and what's the other location?
Hazelwood Elementary.
And Hazelwood Elementary, September 9th. This is what I'm gonna do. Put the call out there one more time for us, Coach Tiny. Let people hear your heart. Can we solo her out on the screen and call to the people that you need to be in these spaces and at this table? Because I believe your voice is the one that's going to pipe the people to you.
No, I think primarily what we're looking for is we're looking for more mentors. I think, dealing with the youth, they need to see and be around people who are being successful, but doing some of the things they're interested in doing. So, we have the mentor program that will start in October. But until then, please, please send your children and your young people to our events. We do have basketball skills clinics September 23rd, October 7th. And then we do have Reader Church Community Center on Tuesdays from 3:30 to 6:30. We have an after school program where they'll do everything from life skills workshops, wellness, yoga, and basketball. So, Hazelwood Elementary Middle, that's kind of more so just for their students. But, we do have a slew of things coming up for everyone in the community. So, you can check us out at leaderbreeders.org. You can follow me at coach_TA9. And literally everything is typically posted about 2 or 3 weeks out. Our website has our calendar of events. So, definitely tap in with us. As I mentioned, we're 3 years in. So, if there's anybody interested in, coming on to support us in any way, we're definitely interested in it.
Coach Tiny, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you so much for the great work that you're doing, y'all. Y'all heard it here today. Don't forget that organizations like Leader Breeders also needs our support. Find which ways we can invest in them. We can sow into them. Y'all know I'm a pastor, so I'm gonna use my church language too. Ways that we can invest in them, we can sow in them, because we have so many great leaders who establish works that are directly impacting our community. And in order to sustain it, we have got to stop hoping that foundations fund them and all of that sort of thing. And we really get behind them, put our money where our complaints are, our money where our mouth is when it comes down to our youth, and really, really, really make the donations necessary to make sure that Leader Breeders and Coach Tiny never have to guess or wonder if they're going to be able to sustain their programming. Thank you one more time for being with us, Coach Tiny. We're definitely going to be preparing for nothing but great success for you, because your success is the success of Leader Breeders, and it's the success of our young people. One more time, all female collegiate basketball players, y'all need to hook up with Coach Tiny, come into the room, set the stage and the table so that our young athletes can have that voice of guidance that they so richly need, and the support that the parents need from people who've been there and done that. I just honor you and the great work that you're doing. Thank you for being a part of the Employ Baltimore show.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me, and I wish you all the best.
I'm sure we'll have you again.
Okay, that works for me.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for tuning in today, y'all. It's been a great show. Always booked, hooked, and cooked by the great, great, great Miss Katanya Lester, who is our digital business services representative. She puts this thing together. She books the show. She does everything. So all I have to do is sit down and have a conversation, which is one of my favorite things in the world to do. I want y'all to make sure that Thursday, because we're always going to be bringing you up to the minute information. Employers that are looking to hire, job fairs, you name it. If it's workforce development related, you're going to hear about it here. Because as I always say, if you're looking for an opportunity, the Mayor's Office of Employment Development is looking for you. With the focus on economic justice, we're building and maintaining a workforce system that really works. Thank you. Join us next week.